I'm speaking it into existence now. 2025 is going to be a great year. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about what I'm looking forward to the most in 2025. I'm trying to narrow it down, but there is going to be a lot of stuff that's happening in 2025. This is going to be anime related as well. However, I am going to add one thing that isn't technically specifically anime, but it has a lot to do with anime, and that'll be my number one. So you'll just have to wait and see what that one is. But we are wrapping up 2024. By the time this is posted, it'll be 2025, which is absolutely insane. I cannot believe 2024 is already over. I feel like it happened so fast, and yet so much happened. So it was really fun. I had an amazing year. I got to go to Anime Expo again, which was a big highlight, where Hanae-san waved at me, and I still have never gotten over that fact, even though that happened the weekend of 4th of July. And many other things. I made some amazing friends, made some amazing memories with those friends, got to cosplay a lot of fun characters, and just overall had an amazing time. But on top of that, I watched 30 brand new animes this year alone. Just this year alone. That does not include the other, I don't know, however many I watched before 2024. This year's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to set myself up with such high expectations because I'm going to be a little bit more busy this year, I think. And that's okay. So the first thing, and I'm going to do this from least excited to most excited, I guess. Like, the ones that I have at the end of this video are going to be things that I'm like, out of my seat, jumping up and down, can't wait to happen. While the ones that are going to be going over now are going to be more like, I'm excited for this, but I'll be able to wait, and it's just going to be a great time when it happens. So first things first, I'm putting two things together because they're very similar, and that is the Jujutsu Kaisen movie and the Attack on Titan movie are both coming out this year. Attack on Titan, called The Last Attack, is going to be a movie version of, I believe, just the last episode. I can't remember. It might be the last two episodes. And then I do know there's some kind of like anime original extra ending or something. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm a big fan of Attack on Titan. It's my second favorite anime and was really my first anime that really got me into anime. So it holds a very special place in my heart, even though I don't talk about it a lot on here. So that anime is coming out in February, the movie, and then Jujutsu Kaisen, it's coming out in May in Japan, but I'm assuming it'll come out later in the States, if at all. They haven't said that it's going to come out here, and it's just a compilation movie, so we'll see. But either way, both of those, I'll get together some cosplay groups. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't mind going to see compilation films. I do my research ahead of time, so I never go into it with the wrong expectations, and I just enjoy myself. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, next thing is going to be the Chainsaw Man movie. I have heard a lot of really good things about the Reze arc. I'm not like the biggest fan of Chainsaw Man. I definitely have friends who like it a lot better than me. However, I did still enjoy the first season, and I feel like the first season's been out for literal years, so I am very excited to see what happens next. I haven't touched the manga yet or anything like that, so I've considered it. We'll see how I feel after the movie, but I hear the Reze arc is really good. I already know kind of what Reze is and what her character design is because I've seen a lot of people talk about her or cosplay her, but I think it's going to be a really great movie. The trailer looks fantastic, and it looks like MAPPA's putting a lot of work into it, which, I mean, it has taken them a while to make it, so I would assume that's a good sign, hopefully, but I'm looking forward to it. This is coming out in 2025. I don't really know when. I'm expecting probably summer or fall, but it'll be a great time. Up next is Kaiju number 8, and this is kind of a two thing. So this one has I think it's an anime original content Hoshina movie in April in Japan. I really hope that hits theaters here in America soon. Although, if it's in April in Japan, I might just go and see it. Save that thought. And Hoshina's my favorite character in Kaiju number 8. It's like one of, if not the only thing I really love about the show. Once he started getting development is when I started really enjoying the show. So I'm definitely down to see a silly movie about him because it's called like Hoshina's Day Off or something. But I am looking forward to that. And then I believe the next season is coming out in July, which I am very excited about. It's going to be a great time. I found that anime to be overrated, but I am still very excited to see what happens next because I think it's just a show that I just need a little bit more time with, and it'll grow and become one of my favorites, honestly. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. Speaking of July, Dandadan Season 2. Dandadan was my big surprise of the season. I was really put off by the first episode. If you watch my tier list, I actually got to see it in July at Anime Expo, and I was very like, I'm gonna give this a try, but I'm nervous because I just didn't love the first episode. I felt it just went too far, honestly. But the show ended up really, really changing my expectations, and I ended up finding it very, very enjoyable. And I am very much excited for Season 2 in July. I'm glad we don't get a super long hiatus because I really do want to know what happens next, although I'm back in my uncomfortable, like, why are we putting Momo in the situation we're putting her in? But I'm sure something interesting is going to happen. Maybe she'll awaken a new power, or Okarun will finally be able to save the day, because he has kind of yet to do that, honestly. But I'm really looking forward to that. July is probably going to be a great month with both Kaiju No. 8 and Dandadan getting new seasons. Next, I'm going to put this all together because it's all happening in the same month, but January, so literally just a couple days away from when I'm filming this, and even less from when this is being posted, it's going to be jam-packed. We have The Apothecary Diary Season 2. We have Solo Leveling Season 2. We have Sakamoto Day Season 1. We have The Medalist Season 1. And we have My Happy Marriage Season 2. There is another shoujo I was interested in, but because I'm already jam-packed in the month of January, and of course the months after that, because they're not all only happening in January, I'm gonna have to, I think it was Honey Lemon Soda. That one's on my radar, but it might just have to come later this year for me because January is going to be so busy. But I'm just really looking forward to all of these shows getting new seasons. The Apothecary Diaries and My Happy Marriage was some of my favorites of the year 2024 that I watched. I genuinely cannot say enough good things about those shows. Solo Leveling, I'm interested to see what happens next. Sakamoto Days, I have no real knowledge about what it's about, just a lot of people talk about it. And then The Medalist is a figure skating anime, which I'm really, really excited. I'm actually going to do a reaction on this channel for that because I'm a figure skater and I want to react to it and kind of tell y'all what's realistic and what isn't, and kind of give you a perspective of an actual figure skater watching a figure skating anime. So I'm really, really excited about that one. I've also heard a lot of good things from like figure skating fans of anime that said that it sounds as if it's pretty realistic. So I'm excited to see what happens in that anime. I have no idea what's about outside of figure skating, so we'll see. All right, we're getting closer and closer to the big stuff. The first big one really is that I'm starting my Naruto journey this year. I have decided to give one of the big three a shot. I didn't know which one I was going to start with at first. I was kind of in between Naruto and Bleach, to be completely honest. What made Naruto win out was honestly probably the fact that Bleach is like over 50% filler, I guess. And to me, that like is practically like just watching another anime. I still think I might really enjoy Bleach because it has a lot of sword fighting, and what I've seen about it, I'm like, I probably would like that. But I'm going with Naruto mostly because this show is very long, even if I skip the filler, which I'm probably going to do. But it at least is done outside of Boruto, which a lot of people tell me to just not watch and worry about at all anyway. So that's why I chose Naruto. One Piece was not on the list because that show started when I was 2 years old and has no end in sight. I am 28, okay? It has 1,200 episodes. I want to start with Naruto, which is around the 800 mark, I believe, with Naruto and Shippuden, which I'm doing both. And that's already going to be a huge undertaking for me because the longest animes I've seen leading up to this, I think, were Hunter x Hunter and Black Clover, which are both around the 150 mark. So this is going to be a big undertaking for me, but I'm excited. I've heard a lot of great things about Naruto. I'm excited to finally be able to say that I've seen at least one of the big three, even though I've always been a firm believer that you do not need to watch any of them to be a real anime fan, and I kind of push back against the really toxic fans online to show them that you can be an anime fan without watching the big three. I've always known that I've wanted to try at least one of them and just see what everyone likes about it. I know Naruto tends to have more of a nostalgic factor for a lot of people who like it, I think. But that being said, I'm starting it. I'm going to try and binge as much as I can on New Year's Day. So probably after I post this video. And we'll see how far I get, but I'm not giving myself a time limit. I just want to try and finish it in the year 2025. Whether that mean I finish it on New Year's Eve next year, then that means I finish it on New Year's Eve next year. I'm not giving myself an unrealistic unrealistic goal because I have a lot of other stuff going on this year, and I'm not going to watch as many new animes, but I'm still going to want to watch some new animes outside of it. So it's just going to be kind of the thing that I'm doing throughout the year to work on. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, the next thing I am so incredibly excited about, you might be surprised, is not the most thing I'm excited about, but once you hear the most thing I'm most excited about, you'll probably understand, what was that English? But it's the Demon Slayer movie. Okay, I couldn't care less about anything else compared to Demon Slayer. Like, the excitement for the Demon Slayer movie over everything else that I've mentioned so far is so much higher. You guys, I cannot believe I read this manga in 2022, like January of 2022. So it's been almost 3 years since I've seen the Infinity Castle unfold in front of my eyes for the first time via the manga. And I have ever since then been just wondering what the anime is going to be like, because you know they're going to make these fight scenes absolutely stunning. But on top of that, the OST, the voice acting, I am so excited. And not to mention that probably in this first movie, my favorite fight scene in the entire story is going to go down. I mean, it depends on how they pace it, how much of it. I know we're going to get some of it, if not all of it. We'll see how they pace it, but I cannot wait. I literally, oh my gosh, I will be first in line. If there is a Hollywood premiere here in America, your girl's gonna try her best to get there, whether that be buying tickets or somehow finding a way to get invited. That's my big goal of next year, get invited to things. But I'm so excited. Like, I cannot describe. I genuinely, I'm trying to describe my excitement for this movie. I cannot describe it. I keep saying I think it's coming out in fall. I'm still holding that as my expectation, but apparently in Japan, they already have posters in movie theaters saying coming soon. So who the frick knows? Honestly, if it comes out in April, I'll go and see it, because the thing I am most excited for in 2025 is I'm going to Japan for a month. Yes, that's real. I think I've mentioned it a few times on the channel, but yes, I'm going to Japan for almost an entire month, 2 days less than an entire month, and I will be doing that in the spring. So with that means there is going to be some Japan content. I don't really know exactly what it's going to look like. I don't want to just vlog the entire time that I'm there, and I want to just be able to absorb what I'm witnessing, because I've never left the US outside of going to Canada for approximately 2 hours to get on a boat to go to Alaska, which is the US. So this is a big deal for me. There's so much to do there. So I don't want to like make a promise that I'm going to vlog every single day or something like that, but I do want to bring some content. So let me know in the comments what kind of content you want me to bring from Japan. I'm going to try and be like, I don't want to be that like super obnoxious tourist that's just videoing people. I want to be respectful of people's privacy and that sort of thing. But the biggest thing that is still unknown, but I'm very hopeful for, is Kimitsu Fest very well could happen while I'm there. And for those of you who don't know what Kimitsu Fest is a 2-day Demon Slayer event. It's like a Demon Slayer con, essentially, in Japan. And they sell exclusive merch there. They have a gala where they have like life-size set pieces from the most recent season, which means if I go to this one, if it happens while I'm there, the set piece will probably be like the Infinity Castle that I'll get to take pictures at, which would be super freaking cool. The big thing that happens here, though, is they do a live reading of the previous season, meaning they would have the anime playing on a screen while the voice actors are on stage voicing the scenes from the anime. I've gotten a little taste of it at Anime Expo this year when we had the voice actors for Tanjiro and Gyu do one of the scenes from episode 2 of Hashira Training. They like had the anime playing, and then the two of them were standing at the front of the stage voice acting for all of us and reading their lines, and it was so amazing. Like, I can't even explain how amazing it is. Like, there's something so cool about talented people. And when they're doing their talent right in front of you for you to see, it's just even cooler. So I'm very hopeful. This is not set in stone. I'm waiting on them to announce the dates. However, it was in April the first 2 years they did it. It was in March last year, but they announced it all the way back on December 10th. There has been no announcements. And apparently the 2 years where it was in April, they announced it in January. So things are looking okay. I'm just trying to not get my hopes up, but you best believe if that happens while I'm there, there will be lots of content involved with that. Other than that, like, there's just going to be so much to do there. I'm going to go to a figure skating competition. I'm going to have a day where I rent a kimono and walk around the streets of Kyoto and do all the cool things. So I cannot believe that it's coming up so soon. We're coming up on about 3 months until it happens, and we're like actually getting fully prepped. Like we're figuring out what we're gonna pack. We're figuring out what trains we're gonna take, what cities we want to visit. We've booked a couple hotels. Like it's real and it's happening, and I'm so excited. So that's kind of the big thing. But that's what I'm looking forward to anime-wise in 2025. I know there's going to be a lot of other stuff that comes out, like Spy Family's coming out. I think there's a few more that are coming out, but that is truly what I'm looking forward to the most next year. Next year is going to be wild, and I am just going to say 2025 is going to be our year. Maybe you don't have as big of a trip that you're looking forward to as me, or other things are going on in your family life, but we are going to manifest 2025 being the best year in decades for all of us. I believe it. We have so many things to look forward to. I'm going to focus on those positives. Of course, life's going to throw things at you that you don't expect, and it's gonna come with its difficult times, but it's gonna be an amazing year. I'm really excited, and that is kind of that. I guess that's it for this video. But thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. You can also follow me on social media. I am at Looking Nerdy on X and TikTok, and then I'm at Hannah Malay on Instagram. And just a side note, that's where I'm going to be posting a lot of Japan stuff. Like, I'm going to be getting tons of pictures, and I'm going to be posting those to there pretty consistently in the spring. So make sure to follow me on there. But with that, thanks for watching today's video. Mata ne!